If you were to be a member of the Dark Empires, all you gotta do is put SlickVic 2017 into the YouTube search bar and click right there on my interface and press subscribe. And also turn that notification bell so you never miss a single video. Now, without further wasting your time, go follow these links so you'll never miss the crazy incredible content on over there. So now that you've done that, welcome to the crew. I gotta get better at doing this intro. I suck. Yeah. Let's get into today's video. So guys, Yo-Yo the GOAT posted this 56 minutes ago. It's currently been snowing everywhere where I lived, so I couldn't really get on here. I got a new thing, clearly, as you can tell. I got a new what do you call it? I got a new filter on my webcam. I figured out how to do that. So I actually watched this tutorial that gave me a free little thing. I can show you. Hold on. Wait, can I? Where'd it go? There it is. Wait. What? Oh, wait. Because we're gonna go back and see what this guy has to talk about. Hope you guys like it. I hope it's not weird and too big in the frame. So yeah.
And today we got totally wrong facts you probably still believe too. This is by Trust Me Bro. You already know the vibes. Let's get straight into it. 1 curse, 3 push-ups. I get 3 chances with fake curses. Let's go.
Facts that people still believe.
Talk to me.
Flat earth fallacy.
She's coming back. That's a wrong fact.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. All of them. I will eventually steal his house and car as well. Right, Yo-Yo? I put that clip down there. How many comments are here? 49? He's not reading all these. He's not reading all these. He's not reading. He's not reading all these. He's not reading it. He's not reading all these.
What you believe, bro. Focus on yourself, man. I used one of my N-words already. I have 2 more strikes.
Totally wrong.
I actually like what this guy does for a living. I mean, not for a living. I actually like the content that he posts out. I'm not even. I'll second words right now.
Facts that people still believe. The flat earth fallacy. Okay, we all know that the earth is flat, right?
Hello? What are you talking about?
I'm obviously joking, and I'll save the tinfoil hat for another day.
Right.
What I'm referring to is
The tinfoil hat is not fitting on my head.
isn't flat earthers in the modern day, but it's the flat earth belief that was held by people in the Middle Ages. specifically around the time when Christopher Columbus took his infamous journey across the ocean.
And spread the freaking plague like that one video game.
Obviously, during the Middle Ages, it was believed that the Earth was flat and that if you were to sail too far in the wrong way in the ocean, you could literally fall
Bill's really thinking that the Earth was Rainbow Road, bro. Like, what the heck?
off the Earth. And it was for this reason that Christopher Columbus wanted to prove these people wrong and risked his life.
The fact that he actually tried to do this genuinely was like, wait, what?
The ocean, you could literally fall
Bill's really thinking that the Earth was Rainbow Road, bro. Like, what the heck?
off the Earth. And it was for this reason that Christopher Columbus wanted to prove these people wrong and risked his life.
Good, because I was about to say, bro, if you were like, the Earth is flat, I was like, bro, if the Earth was flat, bro, there's so many people that would die nowadays because of how many people are sailing on cruise ships in random directions. I'm not even joking. Like, if you imagine you're on a cruise, right? And you're just relaxing and Mickey Mouse is like freaking hanging out near you and whatever. And then you're on the front of the boat. So you're just like, all you see is the front of the boat slipping downwards. And then your chair starts sliding down. Like,
Life sailing the opposite way to India to prove that the Earth was
He went the whole wrong way. Yo, bro.
round and not flat, going against the
Like, that's so boneheaded,
you
bro.
that everything you just heard about that situation is not true, what's
The all-new Unstoppables Fresh gives your clothes 24-hour non-stop freshness. Smell unstoppable.
Old Spice Gentleman's Body. Guess I've always been a gentleman. Paraben-free.
DJ?
not mean to pose you like this, yo, but I need YouTube membership so I can't get ads no more.
Yo, hold on, don't do that to me. I just finished calling him stupid. What are you talking about?
Whatsoever. It is actually a rather popular misconception. Let me explain. While Christopher Columbus did sail across the ocean to prove a point, the point he was not trying to prove was that the Earth wasn't flat.
That was so stupid.
Point he
His dumb ass probably believed the Earth was flat.
was trying to prove was that the Earth wasn't as big as some people suspected. It is historical fact that not only Christopher Columbus, but basically any educated individual during the 1400s knew that the Earth wasn't flat and was in fact round. And this knowledge dates back far before Christopher Columbus or even the Middle Ages entirely. Some of the first recorded suggestions that the Earth may be round actually date all the way back to the 6th century BC with the Greek philosopher Pythagoras. And later in
Pythagoras, he's the triangle guy, right?
4th century BC, Aristotle even agreed and supported this theory, citing one personal observation that he noticed every time he traveled southward, southern constellations would be higher in the sky.
I remember learning about this.
But this, of course, wasn't the only evidence we had of the Earth being round. During this time, we also had recorded observations of lunar eclipses showing a round shadow on the moon from Earth, and of course, numerous
and like the whole phases of the moon in general.
Eyewitness accounts of mountains seemingly growing out of the ground on the horizon.
By the way, like, if you see that the moon is a circle, why wouldn't the Earth be a circle too? Just like if they said, if you see the shadow during the moon and the moon phases, why wouldn't the world be a circle too?
As you approach them, or seeing a ship seemingly submerged into the water as it sails into the ocean. My point is that we've had a lot of evidence that the Earth is round, and it dates back far, like way before the Middle Ages and even way before the Common Era. But just to further validate this point, in the 3rd century BC, it wasn't just a suggestion that the Earth may be round. At this point, it was basically a known fact to anybody in the educated community. And philosophers and scientists were not so much focused on the shape of the Earth, but
more like the size of it?
Size of the Earth. And potentially, most impressively, at this time, the head librarian of the Library of Alexandria, Eratosthenes was able...
That is a name of doom. Eratosthenes, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 syllables. Holy mouthful. Like, jeez. His girl would moan his name and get a tongue twister, bro.
To estimate the circumference of the Earth with 99% accuracy.
The Earth is flat. Yo-Yo is trying to plague your mind. Okay.
And while that estimate wasn't proven to be extremely
Yo-Yo proof name. Eratosthenes. I can say that. Stop. Don't piss me off.
accurate until much later, it still goes to show that there is a lot of evidence suggesting that not only was the world not flat very long ago, but that people were well aware that the Earth was not flat. Which brings us back to our original point. No, Christopher Columbus did not think that he was potentially going to fall off the world, and nobody who was educated or even slightly paying attention thought that either. And while seemingly flat earthers have existed in every era of history,
they still exist.
They're as ridiculous today as they were back in 14.
The knowledge that the Earth isn't flat has existed longer than. Like, it's existed for thousands of years and you still don't believe it. Literally, Kyrie Irving, relax on my goat, bro. Relax on my goat, bro. He can believe anything he wants. I'm not gonna lie. I can't cap. He could believe that black people are like subhuman and I'd make monkey noises around him. Kyrie gets a pass, bro. No cap. Not a single person can move like him. What?
1992. Now, this next wrong fact I want to mention isn't even a wrong fact at all. It's honestly just a shocking truth. Did you know that basically all cloud storage services use your files?
Ed! Come on now. You can't get past me, bro. Y'all don't know a single YouTuber who picks up on that faster than me. That being said, Ezzy, go ahead and put my ad on there. I have a way for you to make money. Now, I know you're either bored or on the toilet right now. Listen to me real quick. All you have to do is play games on your phone and you'll get paid for it. And start getting paid. Make a pass, start playing account in a little. By doing money, if you don't, then you're ready to get found time. My boy, he got games, bro. Yeah, put that right there. Appreciate you, my boy.
Like I mentioned earlier, Columbus didn't believe the mainstream theory of how big the Earth was.
Joe Bartolozzi, he got aura. He's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie though. My Sharingan got one more Tomoe than him. I don't know. I feel like Joe is good at predicting though. I will give him that. Nah, bro.
And his goal with the support from Queen Elizabeth was not to prove that the Earth was round or not to see what was beyond the edge of the Earth, but to potentially find a more quick and efficient
as he's the reaction editor.
Trade route between Europe and Asia to optimize international trade.
As he's the reaction editor.
Trade route between Europe and Asia to optimize international trade. And of course, he
got 3 more mil than you, Yo-Yo. And look at that though. Bro, he has like millions of subscribers. He doesn't have to be as locked in anymore. I'm still hungry, nigga. That's my second M word. I'm still hungry, boy. What you talking about? He been chilling. I've been training my junk, bro. Come on now. Come on, bro.
But what happened from there on out, and well, here we are. So yeah, the suggestions from people in the Middle Ages believing the Earth was flat are actually modern misinformation.
Did your arms get bigger? Yeah, I'm getting fat. I'm not gonna lie.
With this myth being brought to the mainstream in the 1700s and 1800s.
You didn't have to say that. You really didn't have to say that. Like.
And unfortunately today, stick figures on the internet still need to undo all of this misinformation.
Okay.
But in case you wanted a real misconception that was believed during the Middle Ages, I'll give you one. A lot of people during this time suspected that the sun rotated around the Earth.
Right, that's called geocentric.
It was until Nicholas Copernicus came around and suggested...
Yo, Copernicus is kind of a mogger. What the heck? His jawline crazy.
...that maybe the Earth rotated around our sun. And he...
I used to believe both of them, and let me tell you why.
His jawline crazy.
...that suggested...
Yo, Copernicus is kind of a mogger.
It was until Nicholas...
When you look outside, you see the sun sometimes, yes? And then during the day, you don't feel like you're moving. You don't feel like the Earth is moving. The Earth is moving. I know that for a fact. But the Earth doesn't feel like it's moving when you're on it. So when you look up in the sky, it looks like the sun is moving and you aren't. So I did used to believe that the sun used to rotate around us. I know that sounded so stupid until I actually went to like 3rd grade and realized that like, yo, wait. Wait a minute. Maybe we rotate around the sun, cause like, cause like our solar system, I felt so dumb. Yeah.
Copernicus came around.
And the other one is because, yeah, the sun is here, and then all the planets are like around it.
And suggested
Yo, Copernicus is kind of a mogger. What the heck? His jawline crazy.
that maybe the Earth rotated around our sun. And he did so not with observable evidence, but with a mathematical model
Cut that out.
that was not only hard to argue, but was eventually
Yo, why did they draw faces on everything at this time?
I was gonna say that too. Yo, wait. Trying to come up with a real reason of why they would do that. I'm trying to find something that would make this make sense. Like anything. Oh my gosh, bro. You know what this made me think of? That my mic just went in my mouth. This part of my mic just went in my mouth. That was so weird. But you know what I just realized? What if the same person, like the same, like, kind of conscience or family member or something like that made them, made Thomas the Train? I know you know what I'm talking about. How Thomas the Face's face looks like that. How Thomas's face looks like that. I know I'm not crazy, bro. Whoever made Thomas the Train might be related to these people. That's just,
Like what?
That's just my hot take. That's my hot take.
This Thomas the Train.
I told you. I told you. Oh gosh, I told you. I know I'm not. See, now I know I'm not stupid. Well, actually, Yo-Yo's not stupid, but he's not the smartest person on the planet either. So, at least I'm not the only one that thought that. Okay, so
Like, bro, why did they do? You didn't need to do that. But they put that on, and it's the same facial expression too. Everything looked like that. Everything looked like that, bro.
proven true. The Mount Everest myth. If
They were on Mount
learning that
Everest.
the Earth is actually round,
people gonna think that the freaking mountain like fell off the earth or something. Or that it stretched all the way around the earth. Like the freaking China wall. Oh my gosh. I hope they didn't have a China wall back then. Cause like, bro, if I actually don't know when the China wall was built. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look that up right now. When was the Great Wall of China built? Is it going to tell me? Historians usually consider the defense of both during the spring and autumn period of 77 to 4 something. I'm gonna just look on Wikipedia, bro. Seventh BC. My fault. When did this guy say? Like 300 BC. So what is that? 700 BC or 300? Like, or just 7 BC? That can't be bet 7. I'm an idiot, bro. That can't be 7th BC. It can't be 7th, like the 7th year. That's not even, bro. That's Adam and Eve time, bro. Like, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Yeah, the Great Wall. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Blew your mind, then this is about to shatter it.
Please don't mess me
Everybody
up.
and their grandmother's grandmother knows that Mount
Holy sag.
Everest is by far the tallest mountain in the
Oh, is it? Are you gonna tell me it's not the tallest mountain?
entire
I thought Kilimanjaro was taller.
world. But what if I told you that actually wasn't the case? Now, before you think I'm lying, let me just confirm that yes, Mount Everest has
isn't?
the
Oh.
highest peak above sea level in the
Oh, he's about to call. Oh, what? There's like a mountain that's like shorter above water but longer underwater. That don't count. 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 Hey, man, I'm 7 foot. It's just my feet always 1 foot under the ground. No.
entire world. The peak of Mount Everest is 29,029 feet above sea level, and it is confirmed the tallest peak around the globe. But what if I told you that there was another mountain that was technically taller?
Well, I don't care that it's a million feet underwater. What? Make global warming faster and evaporate the water, and then I'll care. I can't even see it.
If you're confused, don't worry, because I'm about to make it all
This freaking my girlfriend goes to another school ass situation, bro. What?
make sense. Introducing Mauna Kea, a dormant volcano
Oh,
on the island
brother.
of Hawaii.
Oh,
Looking at this mountain,
brother.
it's relatively impressive, but only stands at roughly 13,800 feet above sea level,
Ew.
meaning that it's tall, but it's obviously
Fumble the ball.
not taller than Mount Everest. That is, unless you measured from base to peak. And this is where this technical
Oh, brother. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not giving it that. I'm not giving that to it, bro. Base to peak is crazy. That's ayo. I ain't gonna lie, no.
comes into play, because Mauna
You stole this react from Waka?
Not playing Fortnite on the PC, I'm going.
What could you possibly want, though?
Hey, I stole a reaction from you. Here, I told him for you. Is that better? I told him for you. I'm telling that to the YouTube people too. Actually, one second. One more. I'm probably gonna steal the thumbnail too. Have a good day. Is that good? Is that better?
Wait, did he actually do that? Wait. Did he actually? Wait. Waka. Is this guy it? I think it probably is. Waka. The Earth. Okay. You know what? He actually stole.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not giving it that. I'm not giving that to it, bro. Lie. Or you feel the video
like an iceberg.
All right, bet. Is that better? We good now? Can I continue on with the video?
Yes.
We're good? All right, bet. Bet.
Kea is kind of like an iceberg, and there's a lot more than meets the eye. Specifically, the 20,000 feet of mountain that exists under.
This is whack. I'm not counting
Unlike
this.
Mount
I'm not
Everest,
counting
the
this.
The base of Mauna Kea is submerged deep underwater.
I'm glad I called you a thug off rip. Hey, Walker, though. Check me out, though. Thug off.
He's a star. And there's Diamond.
Rip. Hey, Walker, though. Check me out, though. Come on, boy. Hey. Don't let me catch up to you, boy.
And it's for that reason that while from base to tip, it is technically 4,000 feet taller than
Whack.
Mount Everest, due to the fact that most of it is actually underwater, it will unfortunately.
Yo, what this mountain is doing is literally what I just did with my hair. My hair doesn't look very long. But like this, my hair looks long. That's literally what this mountain is doing. That's literally what the mountain is doing.
Unfortunately, never claimed the title.
Should I do it? Should I do it? Don't look that bad.
Title of tallest mountain simply because it has
Mount Shrinkage.
a pretty significant disadvantage of existing in an ocean. It's almost like you were 6'5" and you went to a tall guy competition. But in order to compete, you had to stand in a 5-inch hole, meaning that you were only 6 foot. And while the person you were competing was standing on flat ground and was only 6'1" tall, well, guess what? This other guy is technically taller than you,
right,
even if you have a few inches underground. But I have a feeling this one might be a bit controversial, so let me know what you think.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That ain't valid in my head, bro.
Anything below sea level not count, even if it is part of the mountain's base? Or is Mauna Kea an underdog that deserves more attention?
He's a grower.
I'm not gonna lie. If you're under the water, that's height below sea level. We're not counting that.
Grower. Hey, let global warming do its thing a little bit more, and then we can talk again. But as of right now, he's flaccid.
Because realistically, base to tip, it is the tallest mountain in the entire world. I'll let you guys duke it out in the comments. But if you ever want to be the most annoying person in the world, next time you hear somebody claim that Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, make sure to confidently and rudely tell them, no, actually, Mount Everest has the tallest peak in the world, but Mauna Kea is the tallest.
Global warming would just melt the ice caps and make the mountain go further underwater. Oh yeah. Yo, bro. I spent this whole video saying global warming would evaporate the ocean. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so fucking dumb. Oh wow. Yo, bro, that might have been the stupidest. Oh my god. Oh my god. That hurt. Wow. Of course global warming is gonna freaking evaporate the ocean. Oh my god. Yo, bro. Why didn't y'all call me out, bruh? I mean, he is from South Carolina. Okay, yeah.
Base to tip. And in case that doesn't kill the mood at the party, well, then just tell them how much you hate pineapple on pizza, because those people are annoying too.
Get tax expertise without hidden fees. Switch to a TurboTax expert.
Very annoying.
Hot-headed hoax. One experience I had when I was younger that I think we all share is the experience of being a kid and not wanting to wear a coat. There was just so many times where it was cold out, but I didn't want to wear a coat. I had no logical explanation. I just didn't feel like wearing that restrictive device.
Right.
And every single time, Mama Bro made me wear my coat and we went about our day. But it wasn't always a coat I was apprehensive to wear. Sometimes it was hats and gloves. Which brings me to the myth at play. My mom used to tell me that you have to wear a hat when it's cold out because 80% of the heat from your body leaves through your head. And for
where the heck does it go? What are you talking about? Oh, because heat rises?
For that reason, you need to insulate it to ensure you are fully warm. And I know for a fact, my mom wasn't the only person to say that. And if I was a betting man, I would say that your mom probably did too. But whether it was a family member or a loved one or a friend or even just the news...
He gotta stop drawing old women like that, bro. It's gonna do something to me.
Article, the reality is this. Your head is not some elusive chimney that is dead set on lowering your... The reality... Your mom probably did too. But whether it was a family member or a loved one or a friend or even just the news...
He gotta stop drawing old women like that, bro. It's gonna do something to me.
Article, the reality is this. Your head is not some elusive chimney that is dead set on lowering your body's core temperature. But before we use facts to completely debunk this myth, let's actually trace back the origins of it.
Milk? That is not milk. That is yogurt. That... That milk been stale for a minute, bro. That's cottage cheese, boy. What are you talking about, bro?
And it's not that long ago. The most commonly accepted origin of this myth dates back to the 1970s in a U.S. Army survival manual.
Okay.
In that survival manual, it claims that covering your head is a necessity in the cold because, quote, 40 to 45% of body heat is lost from the head.
That doesn't make sense to me.
While you think a U.S. Army survival manual would be a relatively reputable source for this sort of information,
I don't know, because we're talking about like the 1970s. This is also the same army that was putting crack into black communities. I don't really want to. I
got scared because my street lights came on. I was like,
I don't really think this is a refutable source, my boy.
this is one thing they got wrong. But at this point, you might be asking yourself,
the one thing that the U.S. Army has done wrong is telling people that heat leaves their head. That's it. That's what they've done wrong. Screw the oil, screw Afghanistan, screw all that. Y'all were wrong about heat leaving the head. That's where we draw the line. Okay, got it.
Yourself, where did they even get this number or this theory? How did they come up with 40 to 45% of your body heat being lost through your head? And well, those roots date back to the 1950s, where the U.S. military was doing tests on volunteers dressed in Arctic survival suits and were exposed to bitterly cold conditions.
Okay.
And the point of this test was to see where the body was losing most heat in these suits to better help optimize them. And during this flawed analysis, one thing that the scientists realized was that, most of the body heat in these volunteers is being lost through their head. But as you can see, these Arctic survival suits do not include hats.
there's one right there. You're gonna hurt.
There's an imposter. That is skull.
You're gonna hurt. You're gonna damage the screen, bro.
There's an imposter. And his skull said, vote him out.
Meaning that logically the head would lose the most heat, not because it is some crazy part of the body, it's just
but because it's exposed.
the fact that the head was not covered. And scientists who went back to analyze this data have even been recorded to say, quote, if the experiment had been performed with people only wearing swim trunks, then they would have lost no more than 10% of the heat through their heads.
Right.
And it's almost hard to believe that such a simple seeming logical fallacy would exist in such a professional place, you know, a literal military survival test. But I suppose this one was overlooked because, yeah, if your entire body is insulated and only your head is exposed to the elements, your head definitely will lose the most amount of heat. Not because your head is vulnerable, but because the head was the only part that was literally exposed to the elements. So here's the facts. While it may seem logical that your head may be more vulnerable because of the lack of fat and the abundance
What a dome! Oh my goodness!
of blood vessels, the reality is that heat escapes from all parts of the human body at a similar rate per square inch. And while in your own personal experience, it may seem like your head is the primary source of your heat loss in cold weather, as we saw in the military test, it's not necessarily because your head is extra vulnerable.
I think that my main heat source of loss is in my legs. Now I don't know what. If street lights came on, but did not help me at all. Dang. I think that it's in my legs. Holy brightage. Let me turn that down for y'all a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Okay. There we go. I think that's better, right? That's better camera lighting, right? Okay. Still bright, but I mean that's as far as it goes down, I think. I mean I could go down. Never mind. I could go down lower. Pause, but yeah, it was hurting. I think it's the most heat that loses out of my body is from my legs. And let me tell you why. Because every time I'm outside, no matter what, sure, my neck is cold, my head's cold, but what's colder and what's covered up is my legs. And I'm not just talking about like, and today we were in the snow, but I was laying in the snow. My neck has snow on it. My hands had snow on it. My hands didn't. My hands were covered with gloves. You know what I was talking about. But I didn't even have. I had a hat for my hair, but my face and the back of my head was still covered in snow. So like all this was covered in snow, cause I was playing around in the snow. But what was way colder than my face was my legs, and I don't know why. But you know.
It's because typically your head is the least insulated with clothing. So yeah, is it a good idea to wear a hat or a toque on a cold day?
The heck is a toque?
Definitely. But is it because your head loses much more than the rest of your body? No, your head is just more vulnerable because most people aren't wearing toques all the time. And even if
what the heck is a toque?
you are wearing a toque, it's very unlikely that you're insulating your head like you're insulating your chest, because you could put on a coat and insulate your entire torso. But unless you're wearing a balaclava and ski goggles, your head is always going to be less insulated. Not biologically, but by choice. The cold conundrum. Okay, since we're on the topic of cold weather and stuff your mom told you, I figured this would be the perfect follow-up. And the follow-up in question is the interesting fact.
And I'm turning off the chat. Y'all are getting a timeout. Yes, sir. W censorship. Lock in.
That you can get sick from being exposed.
W's getting a time.
What happened? So Simba in Philly.
And I'm turning off the chat.
Question of cold weather and stuff your mom told you.
Wait, he looked at it.
The cold conundrum. Okay, since
yeah, see, he looked at it.
Cold conundrum. Okay.
Cold weather and stuff your mom told you.
But then that came on.
I figured this would be the perfect follow-up. And the follow-up in question is the interesting fact.
And I'm turning off the chat. Y'all are getting a
interesting fact.
And I'm turning off the chat. Y'all are getting a timeout. Yes, sir. W censorship. Lock in.
That you can get sick from being exposed to the cold. Logically.
Like no dip. No cheese dip. Oh my gosh.
It makes
I got 5 minutes.
Sense. It's called a cold. You get it from being cold. What else is there to question? That is logical fact. But what if I was to be so...
No, the cold is virus though. It has nothing to do with like the weather. I know that. It's like a viral infection.
Just that it wasn't the cold weather that was directly causing flu season to affect people. And I know it may sound blasphemous to your grandmother, but going outside without a hat or with wet hair isn't going to cause you to catch pneumonia.
That wet hair thing never made sense to me.
Yeah. So what's the real scoop? Well, for starters, it's proven that you can't get an infectious or viral disease simply from being exposed to cold temperatures.
Yeah, like where does it even come from?
However, you can get hypothermia, but that's different.
Right.
So why do seemingly so many people catch colds or the flu as soon as the seasons start to change?
It's because the virus itself gets burnt in the summer. Like, so it's not like as sticky. It doesn't stay on surfaces and stuff, right? Right? If I get this right, y'all aren't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Hold up.
There has to be something to it. And the fact of the matter is, there is something to it. But it's a lot more than meets the eye. You see, just because you don't develop a flu upon first contact with a cool breeze, doesn't mean that there's not factors at play that cause the typical flu season. And while temperatures getting cooler may be the most obvious and seemingly guilty culprit, it's really one of the least. And some of the more unlikely culprits are the following. Firstly, reduced vitamin D levels.
Dang it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Come on, let me be right though.
because as winter approaches, people are spending less time outside, the sun is seen less in most parts of the world, and as a result, your vitamin D levels are below what they should be.
So your immune system goes down because of vitamin D. Okay, that makes sense. But I could be right too.
On top of this, during cooler months, overall air humidity is lower.
God dang it! Okay.
It has been proven that lower humidity can increase your risk of rhinoviruses. And thirdly, rhinoviruses are typically spread through direct person-to-person contact, or by inhaling small droplets in the air, which is gross. But these things can only take place when you're coming in contact with people, typically in an enclosed environment. And during colder months, we typically spend
It seemed like it made sense. All right, I was wrong. Bro, it does it like the heat kills the virus. So like it's not on the surfaces. That makes sense. That makes sense. Does that not make sense? Turn the chat back on. I'm gonna turn it back on. Y'all did your time. You did your time.
more time inside, meaning that there's more risk of exposure. And when you combine all three of these factors
Shadow Jedi Knight with the 2 gifted. Thank you, boy.
all happening at the same time, it's not really hard to understand how more people could be more susceptible to diseases at a certain time of year, regardless of the outside temperature. So to settle the debate once and for all, does direct cold exposure
Gosh darn it. I thought I had it. I thought I
cause
had
you to
it.
get sick? No. But
I thought I
does
had
every
it.
aspect of winter covertly try to get you sick? I would say yes. Meaning that just because you're safe from a cold breeze doesn't mean you're safe from a cold. Bubblegum bewilderment. Okay.
Oh, like you can't swallow bubble gum because it'll stay in your joint.
Admittedly, this entry is a bit less serious, but I think it's definitely the most universal, and call it a playground fact if you will, because I believe that almost everybody watching this video either believed or at least heard of this
Shadow Jedi Knight, you going crazy, boy. Thank you. Another gifted.
next fact, which is that if you swallow chewing gum, it will stay in your stomach for 7 years. Or,
That's so obnoxious, bro. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
you know, some variation of that. And if you've ever heard this, well, I'm about to give you the full scoop. And if you still believe this, well, I'm about to blow your
How do I prove I'm black? Michaela Live. Oh, your name's Michaela. What's the itis? What's the itis? No one else answer. No one else answer. What is the itis? Well, Grandpa, she can't comment it if you put it in emote only. He said, oh. Dude, I'm black and I don't. See, this is my problem, bro. Bro, the itis is a common term. Bro, in South Carolina, everyone knows what the itis is. I didn't have people not know what it was until I moved to Texas. Michaela, come on.
That's probably because it's only for South Carolina black people. Just saying.
Don't. Michaela, you got it. Michaela, you got it. Ah, someone already said it. It's from being too full. Michaela, you're black. You're black. You're black. You're black. Yeah, it's when you eat too much and you get the itis. Like you get tired after eating. That's such a. I've only seen the Boondocks clips. That's so crazy. The itis is a common thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna debunk your statement right now. Everybody knows me that is watching, that actually knows me personally. Well, if they're watching, I don't care. But if you know me personally, I can't gain weight, and I only have a half of a stomach, so I actually don't get tired after eating. I actually get way more energy and like way more pumped up than I should. It's not one of those, oh shoot, I'm so tired I can't move. It's one of those, oh shoot, I'm so pumped and now I have to go use the bathroom. Yeah. But after I'm done using the bathroom, I'm still extremely pumped up. Like I have way more energy than I should. And I don't know. I eat a lot. And then I have a lot of energy and a lot of get up and go, I guess, if you want to say it like that. I have a lot of power. I don't know the word for it. I don't know.
It's a common thing.
No, it's not.
I'm from Germany, and I know.
I guess it's a common thing for most people because most people don't have half of a stomach. Because most people don't have half of a stomach. So yeah. I'm just the uncommon one. I'm the odd one out then.
What that is? See what I'm saying?
So I guess that's common.
Mind. Obviously,
The Boondocks did not. Oh my god. Reezy, the Boondocks did not create the itis. But holy. Oh my god.
gum does not stay in your body for 7 years. It actually stays in your digestive system for over 20 years.
I'm sorry, what now?
That is a joke. It does not at all. You see, it is true that gum is indigestible. Your body can simply not break it down and process it. But that does not mean that your body can't pass it through. And
Okay.
believe it or not, you probably eat a lot of things that your body can simply not digest. And if you don't believe me, well, two popular examples are corn and sunflower seeds.
Corn just goes straight through you. Yeah, you can't digest corn at all.
And don't even get me started on indigestible fibers. Keep in mind, your body is resilient. And just imagine all the stuff that our ancient stomachs had to deal with. And just think about all the things your body had to deal with when you were a kid. You know,
Okay.
swallowing leg.
I wish I had the ability to like do what Yo-Yo can do and like get to a different camera so I can like switch cameras. But like hold on. I wish I could another thing where it was like scenes and put like a camera in my room so I can like really? And then come back. But y'all didn't see the face I made, so that was funny. But yeah, in that closet behind this thing, the door's actually open. That's why it's turned like that. You can clearly tell. I don't know why I'm trying to explain myself. But there's a bunch, and I mean a bunch of Legos in there. Like, I wish I could just unplug the thing and go show it to you, but I'm too lazy. I'm not doing that.
Can we have a we listen but we don't judge moment? Can we have a we listen but we don't judge moment? When I was a child, I went there's a store called Earth Fair in South Carolina. I remember exactly where I was. My mom took me to Earth Fair, and I'm pushing the cart because I used to like to push the cart. I see this thing in the cart, like it's like squishy, it's like stretchy. So I'm like playing with it with my hands because like I'm a young kid, I don't know anything. Like wrapping it around my finger, like stretching it, like, and then like I hit one of these. It smelled fruity. So I was chewing on someone else's gum for a whole day. It was, yeah. My mom never found out. Like, bro, yeah, no, it's bad. Bro, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just put mad stuff in my mouth as a kid, bro. I remember I used to chew on.
Yo. You're weird.
Lego.
Like, I'm not even gonna say that I didn't do that either, but like, I didn't do stuff like that. I put my own stuff in my mouth. Pause. Like, like, yeah, I ate a Lego once. I think I've definitely ate a Lego once. There's not even a debate about that. I've definitely ate a Lego once. With how obsessed I am with Legos, from like 5 to now, I'm still buying Lego sets. By the way. I built these. I built these last week. Okay, I just got done with this one. I built this one last week. Okay. If you know what this is from, you got a W childhood. Okay, but there's a clue for reference. Sorry, I have shaky hands. ADHD problems aren't helping, by the way. They aren't helping at all. I have the Joker's bicycle. I mean motorcycle, whatever you want to call it. I got the freaking mystery machine, bro. I have the freaking mystery machine. Decked out in everything. I'm a Lego nerd. I am a Lego nerd. I just broke it. See, you got your own. You got your own kitchen for Scooby and Shaggy in the back. I'm such a Lego nerd. Oh my god. The top of this didn't come with it. I had a Lego plane and it broke, like a Lego Scooby-Doo plane, and it broke, so I just put it on top because it looked funny. I have a freaking Ferrari car as a freaking Lego set. So yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
Like, I would chew on multiple Legos at the same time. Hey, why do you think my jaw looked the way it looked? You know what I'm saying? I was mewing and towel biting before, I was doing that as a jig. You feel me? Like, I got an early start. You definitely got the plague. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Go and eating Polly Pocket pieces, or possibly even shoving those light bright things up your nose. Regardless, your body in one way or another is able to deal with pretty interesting situations. It is for that reason that gum in your digestive tract, at least on rare occasions, is not a concern. But it does in fact differ from standard digestion. Let me explain. In the context of normal food items, there is a 3-step process that every food must go through before it can be digested.
Okay.
First, your food must be, of course, chewed. In this chewing process, not only breaks down food, but also increases its surface area, which is directly beneficial for the next step of the process, which is actually executed by your saliva. Your saliva covers these small pieces of food, and with its now increased surface area, your saliva's enzymes are able to break it down even further.
Okay.
Once the food is properly chewed and salivated, it is then sent to your stomach for the final stage of processing, where your stomach acid turns
You telling me the gum makes it through that?
all of your food into a smooth mush that your digestive tract can easily pass through and absorb nutrients out of. And while this is the process for most foods, gum does not play by these rules at all. For starters, you can chew gum all day long, and the breakdown it's going to experience is minimal. And the vast majority of people will spit out their gum before it'll ever begin to break down into smaller pieces. But even if you did intentionally chew your gum into smaller pieces, it's not going to affect what happens in the next 2 stages.
Because it combines, right?
You see, chewing gum is made out of both natural and synthetic polymers. And it's for this reason that the gum cannot be broken down by either your saliva or your stomach acid. And
Okay.
that's honestly a good thing. Because if your body was able to break down the polymers for your digestive tract to absorb it, you would get very sick. So be grateful it's kind of immune to those processes. But regardless, now that you have intact gum, not only in your stomach, but now in your digestive tract, what happens? Well, like any other food product, it'll slowly make its way through your digestive system, potentially getting caught up on the way, but eventually getting its way out, typically in 1 to 2 days. Although gum can be sticky, your body is designed to get rid of even the most stubborn of
Right.
and that includes chewing gum. But I will say this, even though chewing gum won't stay in your stomach for 7 years like you might have thought in the
If you get a bunch of it, you might be cooked though.
playground, it's not recommended that you start swallowing it in mass. And that's because if you do swallow enough chewing gum, you can develop something that's known as a bezoar, which
See, that's a predict right there, bro. I just said that.
is just essentially a blockage in your digestive tract, which can be painful, dangerous, and even deadly if left untreated. So no, chewing gum does not stay in your body for numerous years, although it's not recommended you try it for yourself. The chameleon con. I'm about to take you on an emotional roller coaster, but spoiler
They don't change. They change colors based off of emotion, right? Not out of survival.
alert, it has a happy ending, so buckle up. We all know that chameleons can change color. That is their claim to fame, and I am not going to take that from them. That is an undisputed fact. But the thing that I will dispute is the fact that they do this for camouflage
Yeah. It's emotional.
purposes. And almost every cartoon and TV
Ooh. What y'all know? Y'all don't know nothing. I'm gonna stand on this, bro. The Chimera Ant arc was my favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter. I don't like when almost cursed. I don't like the slander. I don't like it. It was such a good change of pace. It was so unexpected, and it made the show so gritty so quickly. I'm not gonna lie. Did it drag on? Yes. But like, bro, what anime has an arc that doesn't drag on? I think it was the best arc. Had the best music, had the coolest characters, had the most fire villains, had the most emotionally tense scenes.
This isn't just any chat, it's ClickUp chat. Sure, you can tag your team, ask questions, and even drop an emoji. But the real magic is how it connects to the rest of my work. I can tag a task, a doc, or a whiteboard, everything I need in one place. This goes both ways. Chats can also be referenced inside tasks to let people join in on the fun. A chat might be connected to a project, so I can see my lists, dashboards, and docs side by side, making it effortless to reference what I need. If my boss has an ask, I can turn his message into a task instantly. This will automatically include the full context and link so no one gets lost. And get this, I don't even have to do it myself. My AI agent can create the task for me if
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm telling you, bro. The things you gotta do. Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. I've been seeing mad people hate it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Chameleon we see, they are specifically changing their colors to blend into a specific environment. And while this is a neat party trick and a logical survival instinct, this is actually not what's going on in most cases. But before I describe exactly why chameleons actually change color, I want to describe exactly how they change color, because this process is amazing. You see, in the skin of a chameleon, it has what is known as pigment cells.
Okay.
Pigment cells aren't necessarily rare in the animal kingdom, and there are certain animals that can even control them, such as squids and
octopus do that.
Those animals actually have small muscles that can expand or contract these pigment cells to change their color. However, that's not how the chameleon changes its colors. It has these pigment cells.
So he's a brother.
But it can't control them. Now, interestingly, between these pigment cells, chameleons have separate cells that have darker melanin pigment, and these cells specifically can be controlled by the
Congratulations, Angel.
chameleon. And how this works is really quite astonishing. These melanin pigment cells
Congratulations, Angel.
chameleon pigment, and between these pigment cells, chameleons have separate cells that have darker melanin pigment, and these cells specifically can be controlled by the
Congratulations, Angel.
chameleon. And how this works is really quite astonishing. These melanin pigment cells basically
It's
expand
popping, Kevin.
or contract across the surface of the skin to either darken or lighten the skin of the chameleon. Or works is really specifically can be controlled by the
Congratulations, Angel.
chameleon. And how this works is really quite astonishing. These melanin pigment cells basically
It's
expand
popping, Kevin.
or contract across the surface of the skin to either darken or lighten the skin of the chameleon. And this
Okay.
works completely separately from the default pigment cells that are already on the skin. Chameleons
They said something about watching One Piece, and I was just like, if Yo-Yo reacts to One Piece, I gotta react to his reaction of One Piece.
aren't the only animal that do this process either. There's a fish known as the tilapia fish that also has this same method of color
I
change.
didn't know tilapia did that.
And you can see on this close-up video exactly how it works in real time, and it is so crazy. Seeing it side by side on a visual level and on a cellular level is so interesting.
It looks like black ink just got splattered all over it, and then like, you know how like it spreads out while it's on the page? That's it. So
But we're still not done yet, because on top of the pigment cells that already exist and the melanin pigment cells that the chameleon can control, the chameleon also has tiny crystals in its skin that reflect light. And by seemingly some miracle, the chameleons can control exactly how far these crystals are from each other within its own skin.
Okay.
And the distance that these crystals are from each other directly determine the type of light that is reflected
and
off
the color
chameleon's
that
skin. And now that we know the
appears.
3 primary tools in a chameleon's tool belt when it comes to changing color, how does this look in real time? Because I think most of us have a falsified idea of how this even looks. Here's a side-by-side video of a fake chameleon change and a real chameleon change. As you can see, the real is a little bit slower and a lot less dramatic, but still amazing nonetheless. But to go back to the original point of this section, if chameleons don't change their color for camouflage, why do they change their color at all? And sometimes fact is stranger than fiction, because chameleons are basically nature's mood ring. And scientists are pretty certain that in most cases, the only reason that chameleons are changing color are to better express their emotions.
What I tell y'all? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm not stupid.
To potential mates or to potential predators. And scientists even have their own theories on what each color means, which I'll go.
Imagine you like trying to flirt with a girl and I just walk by with like a purple stripe on my forehead and just take her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if humans could do that, bro. Imagine I could just put a red dot on my forehead and take your girl. I probably couldn't take an Indian woman since they all have that. But like, if I did that to any other person, that would be sheesh. I don't know if I like that joke. I'm sorry. Ezzy, I'm sorry, bro. Ezzy, I know you're not Indian, you're Bangladesh, but I don't know if y'all do the... Okay, now I'm digging myself in a hole. Do people in Bangladesh put the red dot on their forehead?
People in Bangladesh wear a bindi on their foreheads. This is a small decorative mark that women in South Asian cultures...
Ezzy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My fault. It was just a jokey joke.
Go through right now. It's believed that when chameleons are extremely bright and colorful, they are at their most excited. And this could mean excited about a potential fight or excited about a potential...
I'm putting red dots on everyone. Don't try me. That was fire. That was fire. That was fire.
I said mating session. When chameleons are typically...
Ew!
Darker, it's believed they are feeling more submissive or relaxed, for a less sensual word. But yeah, chameleons are cool, cute, cuddly. Some of them even have horns. But
What? That's so gangster. That's tough.
Have been told about them is a lie. And it's believed that in the vast majority of cases, chameleons don't change color to blend in, they're changing color to better express themselves.
Yo-Yo is submissive, right? Shut up!
Which I think is an even cooler reality than what's portrayed in movies. But that's just my opinion. The subscriber scam. I think that one common fact most people believe is that if somebody's watching your video, they're probably subscribed to you. But I mean...
Good one.
Here to tell you that fact.
Good one. Matter of fact, that was tough. I'm not even mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
It's completely
wrong.
I'm
not mad at
I've got
that.
The facts to prove it. YouTube tells me that nearly 75% of people watching my videos are not even subscribed, which is a crazy
I couldn't predict that one.
statistic. So if you've been watching my videos and you enjoy
I'm gonna skip it though.
Falsehood. Growing up,
fortune cookie falsehood.
Getting Chinese food was a special occasion, and it was truly one of my favorite special meals.
I used to love them dang every hood had a Chinese buffet, bro. I don't know what it is. Every freaking corner with the it was always a laundromat, a Dollar General, and a freaking Chinese buffet, bro. I don't know why it had that. Them Johns was...
When you're owned by dairy farmers, expectations are high. So I'll tell them
fire, bro. Them Johns was tough.
And out of the entire seemingly...
They get so much of my money. Who is you telling, bro? 9 times out of 10, they own the restaurant and the laundromat.
The spread that we would order from these Chinese food places, my favorite part of the meal was always the fortune cookie.
Fortune cookies are so buns, though. Fortune cookies are buns. Cream cheese rangoons are so much better.
Obviously a staple in Chinese cuisine and a long-lasting tradition in Chinese culture, right? The fortune cookie always...
Shout out my Chinese viewers.
...served in Chinese restaurants has to be Chinese. It would make no sense any other way, right? And while I agree with that hypothesis, I'm sorry to tell you, but that is not the truth. The fortune cookies that you and I get in modern-day Chinese food have almost nothing to do with China.
Oh, it's like on some orange chicken stuff?
Whatsoever. And ironically, when the whole fortune cookie craze took over the Western world, companies tried selling fortune cookies in China, marketing them as a American treat, but they were taken off shelves because nobody was interested in them.
Cause bro, they're mid. They don't even taste good.
And I genuinely don't think you can get more ironic than that. But if the paper in cookie tradition doesn't come from China and the cookie doesn't come from China,
why did they do it?
Who came up with these crazy cookies and why do they sell them at Chinese food spots? Well, I'm gonna answer both of those questions. But to be totally transparent, there is no definitive historical source of Chinese fortune cookies. All we have is some more modern accounts and some historical speculation, with the most proven and accepted theory being that Chinese fortune cookies actually originate in Japan. One of the only historical records of modern-day Chinese fortune cookies exist in illustrations from 19th century Japan. And these illustrations show a treat known as Sujiyura Senbei. But these illustrations aren't just a relic from the past, because to this day...
Wait, so they do it in Japan then?
You can buy this treat handmade on the streets of Kyoto. And how they make it is the following. Bakers will use iron molds, will grill the dough to a medium firm consistency, and then they will fold this dough into something they call small waffles. And it's during this folding process where they will insert a piece of paper with the fortune and give it its classic curved shape. But admittedly, this Japanese version and the Western version you and I are
they still look completely different.
To eating are not the same. With Sujiyura Senbei, for example, they are larger, darker, and
they just made them cheaper in America. Like
savory. Whereas in the American version, they are sweeter, smaller, and lighter in texture because they are using butter instead of miso in the baking process. But while that is interesting and insightful, it still doesn't answer the question, how did this get into Chinese restaurants in America?
Probably just a gimmick.
And well, the answer is immigration and adaptability. During the 1910s, a lot of Japanese immigrants were landing in California. And with them, they brought their culture, specifically Sujiyura Senbei. And while that logically explains why these fortune cookies are in America, why are they in Chinese restaurants? And while this isn't definitively proven, the most commonly accepted answer as of now is the result of Asian fusion food restaurants and America's early on disdain for Japanese food. And what I mean by this is, in the 1910s, a lot of Japanese immigrants were struggling to open authentic Japanese restaurants, specifically because Americans were not too fond of eating raw fish. And because of this, these
It's so ironic now because sushi is like literally the most gentrified Asian food like ever.
Japanese entrepreneurs decided that their best next steps were to create Chinese food restaurants, tailoring the dishes to the American palate, specifically giving a sweet treat at the end of a meal. Hence why the American fortune cookie is sweet and the Japanese version is, well, not. I saved this entry for the end of the video because technically it's not fact. There is a lot of working theories about all of the specific origins, and there is not one definitive historical account start to finish of the entire history of fortune cookies. However, what I've told you today is most commonly the accepted version of events. However, you could argue it's not fully known. And well, that's accurate. But I honestly just think the entire history of fortune cookies is just so interesting because it was a Japanese tradition that was brought to America, was extremely popular in America, was brought to China, and
I know Yo-Yo is salivating right now. Bro, I'm just watching the video. I don't even like fortune cookies.
failed in China, which is
React harder, reactor boy. Okay.
I don't know, ironic and worth mentioning.
I'm gonna be honest though, that last section I was like, oh dang, I am just watching that. You caught me. I was being lazy.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to conclude our second video about totally wrong facts you probably still believe.
Hey man, W freaking video. Not gonna lie, I ordered Chinese food because of this on some big bag shit. Tyler, bro, come on, man. You gotta want better for yourself, bro. There's no way. 3 minutes? That's all it took to convince you, bro? It took you 3 minutes?
I would love to organize my things into chapters, but I don't know how to do that, and that's not my problem. So, yeah. Bye. Yo, that was actually a good W video. It was at 300 when we zoomed in, and now it's at 575, and now it was at 2003, I think, at the beginning, and now it's at 67 comments. Then yo will have no sword. Yo gone. Who's we? Yo, your fan base is crazy. Bro has shown us time and time again to skip ad segments, but still ad segments.
I have been waiting for you to. Who picks up on that faster than me? That being said, Ezzy, go ahead and put my ad on there.
You could have waited till midway through the thing, bro. Where we were committed to the bit. But no, you had to put it right. See, this is where people gonna click off the video. This is what, 4 minutes? No, I'm sorry, bro, but like.
Truth. Did you know that basically all cloud storage services use your files?
Ah, ad! Come on now, you can't get.
Anyway, yeah, that'll be the end for today's video. That'll be the end for today's video. I hope y'all enjoy it. I gotta figure out how to like stay in perfect angle for this little segment thing I'm working on, but yeah, I think today was actually pretty fun. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.